Maria Skłodowska was born in Warsaw in 1867, when Poland did not exist as an independent nation. The Russian Empire controlled her homeland, banned the Polish language from schools, and crushed any spark of intellectual independence. Her father was a physics teacher whose career was destroyed by the authorities, and her mother died of tuberculosis when Maria was 10. From this world of grief and oppression, she forged a will that nothing could break. Women were forbidden from attending university in Russian-controlled Poland. Maria worked as a governess for years, sending money to her older sister Branya in Paris so that Branya could study medicine, with the promise that Branya would later support Maria's own education. In 1891, at 24, Maria finally arrived in Paris with almost nothing. She enrolled at the Sorbonne, changed her name to Marie, lived in an unheated attic, sometimes fainted from hunger, and finished first in her physics degree. She married Pierre Curie, a gifted French physicist, and together they began investigating a mysterious phenomenon recently discovered by Henry Becquerel. Certain uranium compounds emitted rays that could fog photographic plates even in total darkness. Marie hypothesized that this radiation was not a chemical reaction, but a property of the atom itself, a revolutionary idea at a time when atoms were thought to be solid, indivisible spheres. She coined the term radioactivity to describe it. Working in a converted shed that had previously been a medical school dissecting room, with no proper ventilation and a leaking roof, the Curies began processing tons of pitchblende ore by hand. Marie stirred boiling vats of radioactive material with an iron rod, day after day, month after month. The physical labor was backbreaking, and the chemical fumes were toxic. But in 1898, they announced the discovery of two new elements: polonium, named for Marie's beloved homeland, and radium, which glowed with an eerie blue light in the darkness of their shed. In 1903, Marie Curie became the first woman to win a Nobel Prize, sharing the physics prize with Pierre and Becquerel. The recognition almost did not happen. The Nobel Committee initially planned to honor only the two men until a sympathetic mathematician alerted Pierre, who insisted Marie be included. 3 years later, Pierre was killed instantly when he slipped in the rain and fell under a horse-drawn cart on a Paris street. Marie was devastated but continued their work alone, taking over his teaching position and becoming the first female professor at the Sorbonne. In 1911, she won a second Nobel Prize, this time in chemistry, for isolating pure radium. No one before or since has won Nobel Prizes in two different sciences. Yet the French press attacked her viciously over a personal scandal, and the Nobel Committee actually asked her not to come to Stockholm to collect her prize. She went anyway, delivered her lecture with quiet dignity, and returned to her laboratory. Marie Curie died on July 4, 1934, of aplastic anemia caused by decades of radiation exposure. Her notebooks are still so radioactive that they must be kept in lead-lined boxes, and anyone who wishes to read them must wear protective clothing. She had given her body to science in the most literal sense possible. The woman who had once fainted from hunger in a Paris attic had unlocked a fundamental secret of matter, and the world she revealed, the world inside the atom, would define the century that followed.